Salutations, bro. Let's talk video games. I've had the pleasure of playing some excellent games this year, so let's jump right into this video game roundup, shall we? Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing, not only from a story perspective, but also in the core mechanics of the gameplay. Players familiar with Grand Theft Auto's ragdoll effect will get a tinge of nostalgia after being launched from a horse. Not that I ever did that. I was a rootin'est, tootin'est cowboy in all the West. You'll be talking like a cowboy too, after playing as the game's protagonist, Arthur Morgan. The voice acting and character animations are some of the best you can find by today's standards. So good, in fact, you'll swear you're taking part in a 40-hour TV series. It's a long story, but it's a good one. Hades got a lot of attention in the year 2020, being hailed as one of the year's best games. While it has a massive online battle arena perspective, top-down edition, Hades is actually a roguelike game. Now that's a fancy pants gamer way of saying, when you die, you start all over. This can be exceedingly frustrating, especially when you spend over a half an hour shredding through a gauntlet of enemies, only to die to the same boss and having to start right back at square one. If it sounds like I'm speaking from experience, I might be. Not all is lost, however. You do get to permanently keep certain power-ups that make you stronger for the long haul, and the tedium of the rinse and repeat formula is kept fresh, with buffs to add some variety to the fray, and the ability to choose between one of 6 different weapons at the start of each run. How about that? If that don't keep you coming back for more punishment, that bumpin' soundtrack sure will. That's me in the club. Alright, so where were we? Pokemon Legends Arceus! Oh man, that game. It definitely delivered the cutting-edge 4K Ultra HD graphics that fans have been waiting for. Psych! Slap me silly and call me Fibber McGee, I was just yanking your Pikachu tail there. These graphics stink like Grimer. The handful of things this game gets right are overshadowed by the uninspired, washed-out art style that muddles up the world. Plus, the myriad of whoop-de-doo dialogue will keep you spamming A through the entire story. Swear to God. At its best, Legends Arceus takes advantage of a solid third-person shooter mechanic to catch the titular pocket monsters. Sneaking up behind a Pokemon to catch it, all while staying in the open world, is satisfying. For about 20 minutes. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is another faithful iteration to the Kirby series. Without a doubt, this game shines as an action platformer, with an emphasis on the 50 different ways you can slice and dice enemies. Look at that. This game features some of the excellent textures you'll find in Super Mario Odyssey, but make no mistake, this ain't no Odyssey 2, folks. Actually, it plays more like Super Mario 3D World, with the level design having a distinct start and finish to each level. Couple that with a killer soundtrack and you'll be humming totally rad tunage for weeks, whether you like it or not. It'll be in your brain. Trust me. The most memorable part of Forgotten Land is in its boss fights. Consider the late game boss fights incentive enough to trudge through some otherwise tame platforming levels. The animations on those boss fights are eye-catching, and actually dish out a higher degree of challenge. Hold up, did somebody say hard mode? This can't be Kirby. Tome delivered a standout and stylized experience. This bite-sized game features a little dude with a camera in a black and white world. The whole premise behind it is, you just get out of your house and take pictures of things. This is fun when you're taking little pictures of critters, doodads, and hidden mysteries in an attempt to complete objectives given to you by the NPCs in the world. For you non-gamers, that's non-player characters. Don't tell anyone I told you that. Fear not, the puzzles are never too cryptic, but some things can only be seen through the view of the camera lens. The captivating world of Tome is topped off with some refreshingly brief dialogue that might even get a few chuckles out of you. This game can be completed in just a few hours, so if you want to get your photo finder collectathon itch to be scratched, look no further. Horizon Forbidden West features an engaging story with a dictionary-sized textbook of drab jibber-jabber. Much of the skippable dialogue can be found in the ponderous side quests, where the general gist is one tribe's got beef with another tribe. Maybe the West is so forbidden because no one can seem to get along. Yeah, the graphics are gorgeous, the soundtrack is solid, the menu fights are fun, but some things could be trimmed down a little bit and simplified to be more like the first game, Horizon Zero Dawn. Forbidden West unfortunately suffers from convoluted menu navigation and resource management that ultimately takes away from what the game does best, the combat. If you liked Zero Dawn, you'll probably like Forbidden West, but don't be surprised if you feel like you've charted these lands before. That's it for this gaming roundup. There are plenty more games to talk about, with Solar Ash and Ghost of Tsushima on the menu for next time. Until then, peace out, players.